What is good, YouTube? My name is Rossmann. You are watching Trust Films. In my hand is a penny board, and today we are going to learn how to ride it. This is the intro to penny boarding for beginners. Look out! For those that might not know who I am, my name is Rossmann. I am an avid penny boarder. I love penny board riding. I love cruising around neighborhoods, different trails, different areas, things like that. Pretty much what we're going to be talking about first is basically the things that you may need. And the first thing that you're going to want to be talking about is just an area you're going to want to ride in. I am here at a local tennis court, which is obviously very flat and a perfect area for me to practice. Riding on cobblestone or bricks or some other sort of off-centered surface where there's cracks or there's lots of rocks or other weird stuff is really gonna mess you up. So definitely be careful and cautious of these if you have them in your area or if they're on a hill or somewhere near where you're riding. The first step of learning to ride your penny board is going to be determining your stance. Traditionally, if you have your right foot forward and your left foot back like this is going to be goofy foot. And then if you have your left foot forward, right foot back, and you're leading, this is regular. To determine what setup might be best for you, there's typically two ways that I found that have been pretty effective at deciding that. The first is just going to be stand with your feet in a line, and then from here, just take a couple steps forward. It might seem really simple, but the weird thing to note is whatever foot you start with is this foot that's most likely going to be most comfortable with that foot forward. The second way that you can determine the setup that's best for you is just jumping with one foot coming forward and one foot coming back, something like this. And if you see, my right foot naturally came forward, so this is the foot that I'm going to try leading on my penny board. With my right foot forward and left, and I'm going to stand on my board. This is what I determined just based off that drill. So now we got our stance, we're going to actually start learning to ride. I'm going to take my hat off, put my helmet on, and we're going to get to it. We're now going to learn how to push. Pushing is essential, the foundation of movement on your penny board. For this, we're going to have our right foot forward. Again, if we're goofy, if you're regular, it's going to be left foot forward.
To get more familiar with the movement of pushing, you can just walk with your board, taking a step, kind of like this.
Once you get familiar with just walking with it, the next part is to bring that back foot on the board itself. Once you get familiar doing that and going about like 4 or 5 feet, the next thing we're going to be focusing on is going to be adjusting your front foot. Being in a position where your feet are making a 90-degree angle is going to be very difficult for you to turn and keep your balance. You're more likely to fall when riding like this. So what we can do is learn how to move that front foot from a forward position to a sideways position. So now we're going to get comfortable with pushing and then adjusting that front foot like this. Once you get comfortable adjusting that front foot, we're now going to just get comfortable adjusting it back so we can push again. Once we've mastered adjusting that front foot, the next portion is going to be just practicing getting comfortable going in a straight line, just going as far as you can with whatever area you have allotted. Whoa! And that is the basics of riding in a singular line. So now you're confident and want to learn how to turn. It's just going to be about adjusting your weight to either your toes or your heels. Pushing back, I'm gonna be on my heels, 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 heels. And I made a complete almost circle. And now we're gonna go on our toes, turning left on those toes. Whee! If you're riding goofy and you want to turn to left, you're gonna be a little bit on your toes. If you want to turn right and you're goofy, you're gonna be a little bit on your heels. And the same is opposite if you're regular. If you're regular footed and you want to turn left, you're gonna want to put your weight in your heels. If you're going to turn right and you're regular, you're gonna be a little bit on your toes. And that's the basics of turning. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is that you may start falling a little bit more when you redistribute your weight, and that's fine. Practicing at as much as you need or as much as you feel you need to be able to master transitioning from your toes to your heels and still maintaining balance. One tip to help you maintain that control and that stability is making sure you bend your knees. So if you're riding your board and you're standing tall just like this, it's going to be very easy for you to fall over. You're going to lose control and wobble a little bit more than normal. In order to counteract that and lessen the likelihood of falling, have just a little soft bend in your knees, just like this, and you're going to be a lot more stable and in control. And once you go through all these steps, you're gonna be at a point where you feel more comfortable just riding around, seeing what you can do, and that's where it's super fun. And this is what excites me the most, being able to cruise around different areas and trying different things. And one other thing I wanna touch upon is hills. Riding hills is one of my absolute favorite things to do with my penny board. It's something that's a little bit more intermediate than the basics that we just talked about, but it's something that I do definitely recommend you trying once you feel comfortable on flat ground. Once you're really mastered that, feel super confident in your skills, find something that's like a moderately, slight to moderate hill, something that's, you know, maybe around your neighborhood or maybe your driveway has a slight incline or something like that. That'd be a perfect area to start. But the coolest thing about hills, the reason I love them, the reason other people love them, is number one, you don't have to push. You can just be on your board and the gravity will take you down and you'll pick up speed, which is fun in itself. But the second thing, it's so exhilarating. Like, I love the feeling of going down a hill and you pick up speed and the wind's coming at you and you're just like, ooh, in that moment. I don't know. For me, I personally love that. So we are gonna check out this hill. This is the first hill that I ever learned going on my first penny board. And this was something that was pretty moderate, but it was super fun. And I was so jacked up the first time I actually did ride down it, because the first time I rode down it was super scary. Now I feel super comfortable with it. One thing I do want to mention is that if you get to a point where you're going too fast and it feels a little bit too much for you and you might fall, bail. That's all you need to do. Remember that it is a-okay to bail. You don't want to land on your head, you want to land on your feet. So just kind of step or jump off to the side. So pretend I'm going too fast. This is scary, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bail! Oh no, I'm going too fast, I'm going too fast, I'm going too fast, I can't do this, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving a thumbs up or commenting anything down below. I love, 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 love the penny board lifestyle, and it's super exciting for me to hear that you are wanting to get into it, that you are learning or excited about wanting to learn how to ride a penny board. So good luck to you, have some fun, and just enjoy it, because at the end of the day, penny board riding is all about having fun and enjoying yourself. So best of luck to you. And as always, my name is Rossmann. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your watch. Really does mean a lot. And I'll catch you on my next adventure. Peace out from outside with my penny board. Watch out!